Good morning students. This is class 11th maths chapter 8th and lecture 3rd. Today we will discuss questions related to general term in the expansion a plus b whole raised to the power n, middle terms and homework solution of lecture 2nd. So the questions related to the general terms can be of this type also. So the question is, find A if the 17th and 18th terms of the expansion 2 plus A whole raised to the power 50 are equal. In this expansion they are saying that 17th and 18th term are equal. Find the value of A. So 17th term will be in this expansion will be 50C16 2 raised to the power 50 minus 16 and A raised to the power 16, which is equal to the 18th term, which is 50C17 into 2 raised to the power 50 minus 17 into A raised to the power 17. So now we are taking this A raised to the power 16 this side. So you will get A at this side and take this term this side in the denominator. So you will get 50C16 into 2 raised to the power 34 divided by 50C17 into 2 raised to the power 33. Now, so A will be now equal to, see this is 2 raised to the power 34. In the denominator it is 2 raised to the power 33. When you will cancel out, 2 will left in the numerator. Now solving this 50C16, it will be 50 factorial upon 16 factorial into 50 minus 16, that is 34 factorial, right? And now solving this 50C17, 50 factorial upon will go in the numerator only. So 17 factorial into 50 minus 17, that is 33 factorial. Now how to solve this? 50 factorial will get cancelled. Here we have 17 factorial in the numerator. In the denominator it is 16 factorial. So write this 17 factorial as 17 into 16 factorial. Similarly in the denominator write this 34 factorial as 34 into 33 factorial, because in the numerator we have 33 factorial. Now cancel the 16 factorial, 33 factorial. Right, so this will be 34 upon 34. Therefore, the value of A will be 1. Right? Next question is, the second, third and fourth terms in x plus A whole raised to the power n are 240, 720 and 1080. Respectively, find x, A and n. Second, third and fourth terms are given. Right, we have to find the value of x, a and n. So the second term is t2, which will be nc1 x raised to the power n minus 1 into a raised to the power 1. t3 will be nc2 x raised to the power n minus 2 into a square. t4, that is fourth term, will be nc3 x raised to the power n minus 3 into a cube. Now second term is given equal to 240, third term is equal to 720 and fourth term is equal to 1080. Let this be as first, second and third. So using this information we have to find the values of x, a and n, right? So we will divide the consecutive terms, that is we will divide third term by second and fourth term by third term. So now firstly dividing second by first, right? So this is nc2 x raised to the power n minus 2 into a square upon dividing it with the 1 is this. So nc1 x raised to the power n minus 1 into a is equal to 720 divided by 240, right? Now solving this, see, nc2 will be n factorial upon 2 factorial into n minus 2 factorial. NC1 will be n factorial into upon 1 factorial into n minus 1 factorial. Also here it is a square, in the denominator it is a. So in the numerator only a will left, and here in the denominator x will left, because it is x raised to the power n minus 1 and it is x raised to the power n minus 2. So the denominator power of x is 1 more than the power of x in the numerator. So in denominator only x will left, equal to, when you will cancel out this, you will get 3. Now cancel this n factorial with this n factorial. 1 factorial is 1 and this n minus 1 factorial will go in the numerator into a upon 2 factorial is 2 into n minus 2 factorial into x is equal to 3. Now writing this n minus 1 factorial as n minus 1 into n minus 2 factorial. Why? Because in the denominator n minus 2 factorial is already there. So write n minus 1 factorial as this into a upon n minus 2 factorial into x equal to 6. Take this to that side, right? Now cancel this n minus 2 factorial. So n minus 1 into a upon x is equal to 6, or we can say a by x is equal to 6 upon n minus 1. So we will use this result to let it be as 4. Now we will divide the fourth term with the third term. So 3 divided 2. So you will get NC3 into x raised to the power n minus 3 into a cube upon NC2 into x raised to the power n minus 2 into a square is equal to 1080 upon 720. Now solving this, NC3 will be n factorial upon 3 factorial into n minus 3 factorial into a. Why a? Because here it is a cube and in the denominator it is a square. So cancel this out, you will get a in the numerator. NC2 will be n factorial upon 2 factorial into n minus 2 factorial into x. When you will solve this two terms, you will get x in the denominator equal to 3 upon 2. Now cancel this n factorial, right? This part will go in the numerator. So 2 factorial is 2. Also writing this n minus 2 factorial as n minus 2 into n minus 3 factorial, because in the denominator we will get n minus 1 n minus 3 factorial, and writing this 3 factorial as 3 into 2 factorial, because in the numerator we have this 2, or you can say 2 factorial, into a upon x is equal to 3 by 2. Now cancel this n minus 3 factorial. Also cancel this 2 factorial with 2, because 2 factorial is 2 only. So you will get n minus 2 a upon x. Take this 3 that side equal to 9 upon 2. Now using the result 4. So result 4 was a upon x is equal to 6 upon n minus 1. So in place of a upon x, we are writing that 6 upon n minus 1. Right? Now take this n minus 1 that side, also to this side. So 12 into n minus 2 is equal to 9 into n minus 1. So 12n minus 24 minus 9n. When 9n will come this side, so it will become minus, and this minus 9 will become plus, equal to 0. So after solving, you will get 3n equal to 15 or n equal to 5. Right? So we got the value of n. Now we will find the value of x and a. So now put in 1. 1 was this second term, which is nc1 x raised to the power n minus 1a equal to 240. Now in place of this n, we will write the value of n, which is 5. So you will get 5c1 x raised to the power 4 into a is equal to 240. Also 4 was a upon x is equal to 6 upon n minus 1. Now n is 5. So n minus 1 will be 4. So a by x is equal to 6 by 4. A is equal to 6 by 4x. So in place of a, we are writing this 6 upon 4x. So you will get x raised to the power 5 equal to 32, which is 2 raised to the power 5. So x is 2. Now put this 2 here. You will get the value of a as 3. Right? Next question is the coefficients of 3 consecutive terms in the expansion 1 plus a whole raised to the power n are in the ratio 1:7:42. Find n. So see, terms are not given, but they have just given that the consecutive terms are in this ratio. Also, not the consecutive terms, but the coefficients of these consecutive terms are in the ratio. So first of all, we will let the consecutive terms be r minus 1th, rth and r plus 1th terms. We have taken such because they have said that consecutive terms. So after r minus 1th, rth term will come and then r plus 1th term will come. So we will write all the terms and then we will compare their coefficients. Why? Because coefficients are given in the ratios. So r minus 1th term will be nc r minus 2 a raised to the power r minus 2. We have not taken the powers of 1 because it is 1 only. Rth term will be nc r minus 1, 1 less than this number, into a raised to the power r minus 1. Then r plus 1th term will be ncr into a raised to the power r. Now the coefficient of this term is this part. Coefficient of this term is ncr minus 1 and coefficient of this term is ncr. So we will take the ratios of the consecutive terms. So the ratio of these terms is 1:7. So comparing the coefficients ncr minus 2 upon ncr minus 1. Coefficients of these two terms are in the ratio 1/7. Now solving this, n factorial upon r minus 2 factorial into n minus r minus 2 factorial. And this will be n factorial upon r minus 1 factorial and then into n minus r minus 1 whole factorial equal to 1/7. Now cancel this n factorial with this n factorial. Also this part will go in the numerator. Writing this r minus 1 factorial as r minus 1 into r minus 2 factorial, because in the denominator now we will have r minus 2 factorial. So writing this as, because r minus 1 is greater than r minus 2, right? So we will write this as r minus 1 into r minus 2 factorial. Also you will get this as n minus r plus 2, because minus minus is plus. So, and in the numerator you will get n minus r plus 1 factorial. Therefore writing this as n minus r plus 2 into n minus r plus 1 factorial, right? Because factorials are terms decreases by 1, right? So when you will decrease this by 1, you will get n minus r plus 1 factorial. Now cancel this term with this and r minus 2 factorial with this. And all this is equal to what? 1/7. After cancelling, you will get r minus 1 in the numerator and in denominator n minus r plus 2, which is equal to 1/7, right? Cross multiplying, you will get 7r minus 7 equal to n minus r plus 2. So now when you will solve this, you will get n minus 8r plus 9 equal to 0, and let this be as 1. Now we will take the ratios of the other two terms. So ncr minus 1 upon ncr is equal to 7/42. This is given. This is according to the question. Solve this, you will get 1/6, right? Now NCR minus 1 will be n factorial upon r minus 1 factorial into n minus r minus 1, right? So n minus r plus 1 whole factorial, and NCR will be n factorial upon r factorial into n minus r factorial, which is equal to 1 upon 6. So you will do the calculation of this part like we have just done above by yourself, right? So you will get this result, n minus 7r plus 1 equal to 0, and let this be as 2. So this is our 1. This is equation second. Now equation 1 minus equation second. So you will get minus r plus 8 equal to 0. R is equal to 8. Put in 1, or you can also put in second to find the value of n. So from 1 we get n is equal to 8r minus 9. In place of r put the value 8. So you will get the value of n as 55. So these are some types of questions which are related to the journal term in the expansion a plus b whole raised to the power n. Now we will study about the middle terms of the expansions. Middle terms in the expansion a plus b whole raised to the power n. Index here is n and we have to find the middle term. Now see, this n can be even or it can be odd also, right? So now we are taking the first case when n is even. Also we know when index is middle terms in the expansion a plus b whole raised to the power n. Index here is n and we have to find the middle term. Now see, this n can be even or it can be odd also, right? So now we are taking the first case when n is even. Also we know when index is n, then number of terms is more than the index, that is n plus 1. So if n is even, number of terms will be n plus 1, so it will be odd. Therefore middle term is n plus 1 by 2th, that is n by 2 plus 1th term. See, for example, if n is 4, the number of terms will be 5. So this is first, second, third, fourth, fifth term. So in the middle you can see third term is in the middle. Also now checking it by the formula, in place of n put 4. 4 by 2 plus 1th, so you will get the third term. So we will use now the formula to find the middle terms, right? So find the middle term in x minus y whole raised to the power 8. Because 8 is even, we will use the above formula. Middle term will be 8 by 2 plus 1th, that is fifth term. So T5 will be 8C4. Here the number is 1 less than this number. X raised to the power 8 minus 4, which is 4, and minus y raised to the power 4. Now x raised to the power 4. This minus y raised to the power 4 will become y raised to the power 4, because minus 1 raised to the power 4 is 1. Solving this 8C4, so writing 8 factorial as 8 into 7 into 6 into 5 into 4 factorial. Why 4 factorial? Because in the denominator we have 4 factorial, right? Into 8 minus 4 factorial, which is 4 factorial. So writing 4 factorial as 4 into 3 into 2 into 1. When you will solve this, you will get it as. Now second is, if n is odd, then the number of terms in the expansion will be n plus 1. So number of terms will be even if n is odd. Then middle terms are 2, n plus 1 by 2th term and n plus 1 by 2 plus 1th term. When n is odd, then there will be 2 middle terms. For example, if n is equal to 7, then number of terms is equal to 8, right? So these are the terms 1 to 8. So the middle terms are 2, 4th and 5th. Now putting n equal to 7 in the formula, we get the same 2 middle terms, 7 plus 1 by 2th, that is 4th term, and this is 5th term. So if n is odd, then use these formulas to calculate the middle terms. For example, find the middle term in x plus y whole raised to the power 7. So When n is 7, middle terms are 4th and 5th. We just calculated. So find the 4th and 5th term. 4th term will be 7c3 x raised to the power 7 minus 3, which is 4, into y raised to the power 3. And this will be 35 x raised to the power 4 y cube. And 5th term will be 7c4 into x cube y raised to the power 4. 7c4 is also 35 into x cube into y raised to the power 4. So today's homework is do question 7 to 12th of exercise 8.2 and question 1st and 2nd of miscellaneous. Solution of exercise 8.1, which I have given you as homework in the previous lecture. So the question is, using binomial theorem, indicate which is larger, 1.1 raised to the power 10,000 or 1000. So write this 1.1 raised to the power 10,000 as 1 plus 0.1 raised to the power 10,000. Now expand this using binomial theorem. So 10,000 C0, we are not writing the powers of 1 because it is 1 only. 0.1 raised to the power 0 plus 10,000 C1, 0.1 raised to the power 1 plus other positive terms. Because we will not need the next term, so we just writing other positive terms. Also the other terms will come positive only. Now the first term will be 1 because this is also 1 and something raised to the power 0 is also 1. Now NC1 is n, therefore 10,000 C1 is 10,000 into 0.1 plus other positive terms. Now this is 1 plus this will be 1000 plus other positive terms. So this is clearly greater than 1000. Therefore we can say 1.1 raised to the power 10,000 is greater than 1000. Question number 12. Evaluate root 2 plus 1 whole raised to the power 6 plus root 2 minus 1 whole raised to the power 6. So now in the middle there is the sign of plus, therefore this will be twice of the odd terms of root 2 plus 1 whole raised to the power 6. So if you don't know the odd terms, so you can expand this by the binomial theorem and then take the odd terms. I have taken them directly. So twice of the odd terms will be 6c0 root 2 raised to the power 6 plus 6c2 root 2 raised to the power 4. The power of 1 we are not taking because it is 1 only. 6c4 root 2 square plus 6c6 root 2 whole power 0. So when you will solve this, this is 1 root 2 raised to the power 6 is 8 plus 6c2 into this will you get as 60 plus 30 plus 1, which is equal to 198. Right? Question number 13. Show that 9 raised to the power n plus 1 minus 8n minus 9 is divisible by 64 where n belongs to natural number. So we have to show that this is divisible by 64. We can do this by PMI, but here we will do it by binomial theorem. So writing this 9 raised to the power n plus 1 as 1 plus 8 whole raised to the power n plus 1. Now expanding this using binomial, it will be n plus 1 C0, 8 raised to the power 0. We are not writing the powers of 1 again and again. Plus n plus 1 C1, 8 raised to the power 1. Plus n plus 1 C2, 8 square and so on up to n plus 1 C n plus 1 into 8 raised to the power n plus 1. Now 9 raised to the power n plus 1 is equal to, this is 1, 8 raised to the power 0 is also 1, plus n plus 1 C1 is n plus 1 into 8 plus C, the power of 8 is increasing. In the third term it is 8 square. So in the next terms the power of 8 will be more than 2. So we can take from the third term to the last term, we can take out 8 square common. So in the bracket, this is the left term n plus 1c2 plus so on up to, this is 1 n plus 1c n plus 1. 8 into n plus 1, 8 raised to the power n plus 1. We have taken 8 square common. So 8 raised to the power n minus 1 will left here. Now 9 raised to the power n plus 1. This will be 8n plus 8. So 8 plus 1 is 9. Also shifting these two terms to the left side. So you will get 9 raised to the power n plus 1 minus 8n minus 9 equal to 8 square is 64 into, let this be as k, right, where k is this term only. Now because it is equal to 64 into k, therefore we can say this is divisible by 64. Clear? Now question number 14th is, prove that summation of r 0 to n 3 raised to the power r into NCR is equal to 4 raised to the power n. So this is nothing but, in place of r put 0, 1, 2 up to n and take the sum of those terms. This is only what this symbols mean, summation. So NC0 3 raised to the power 0 plus, then in place of r put 1, NC1 3 raised to the power 1 plus, and so on up to last term will be in place of r put n. So NCN 3 raised to the power n, and we know this is the binomial expansion of 1 plus 3 raised to the power n, right, and 1 plus 3 is 4. So this is equal to 4 raised to the power n. Solutions of exercise 8.2. Find the coefficient of, first is x raised to the power 5 in x plus 3 whole to the power 8. So to find the coefficient, first of all find the journal term, which will be 8cr x raised to the power 8 minus r and 3 raised to the power r, right? Now we have to find the value of r such that, because we want to find the coefficient of x raised to the power 5, so this term must be equal to x raised to the power 5. Therefore 8 minus r is equal to 5 and the value of r is 3. Now put this value in the journal term only. So you will get T4 8C3 3 cube x raised to the power 5. 3 r, the value of r is 3 into x raised to the power 5. So the coefficient of x raised to the power 5 is the constant with this x raised to the power 5. So 8c3 into 27 is the coefficient. Now solving this 8c3 into 27, you will get the answer as 1512. Second is, find the coefficient of a raised to the power 5, b raised to the power 7 in a minus 2b whole raised to the power 12. So first of all we will find the journal term, which is 12cr a raised to the power 12 minus r and minus 2b raised to the power r. Separating the values of a and b with the powers. So minus 2 raised to the power r, 12cr as it is, a raised to the power 12 minus r into b raised to the power r. Put this value of r equal to 7 in the journal term only. So you will get T8 equal to minus 2 raised to the power 7, 12c7, a raised to the power 5, b raised to the power 7. So the coefficient is minus 2 raised to the power 7 into 12c7, which we can write as 12 factorial upon 7 factorial into 5 factorial. And when you will solve it, you will get the answer as this. Clear? Next is, write the journal term x square minus y whole raised to the power 6. So they are asking for the journal term, which is tr plus 1. So it is equal to 6cr x square raised to the power 6 minus r and minus y raised to the power r. Taking this minus 1 outside. So minus 1 raised to the power r. 6cr as it is, multiply 2 with this, x raised to the power 12 minus 2r into y raised to the power r. Clear? Now journal term for x square minus yx whole raised to the power 12. It is given in the question that x is not equal to 0. Because x is in both the terms. If x is equal to 0, then this will become 0. Therefore x is not equal to 0. Now the journal term will be tr plus 1. 12cr x square raised to the power 12 minus r and minus yx raised to the power r. So this will be taking this minus 1 raised to the power r outside. 12cr as it is. Multiply this 2 with this 12 minus r. So you will get x raised to the power 24 minus 2r and now y raised to the power r into x raised to the power r. Also base is same. So add these powers. So minus 1 raised to the power r, 12cr x raised to the power 24 minus r, because 24 minus 2r plus r is 24 minus r into y raised to the power r. So this is the journal term for this. Now find the next question number 5th is find fourth term in the expansion x minus 2y whole raised to the power 12. So the fourth term will be t4. So 12c3, 1 less than this number. So 12c3 x raised to the power 12 minus 3, which is 9, and minus 2y raised to the power 3. 12c3 when you will calculate it, you will get it as 220 into x raised to the power 9 into minus 8y cube. And when you will solve it, you will get the answer is minus 1760 x raised to the power 9 into y cube. Clear? Now question number 6th. Find the 13th term in 9x minus 1 upon 3 root x whole raised to the power 18. Here also x is not equal to 0. Now 13th term will be 18c12 9x raised to the power 18 minus 12, which is 6, into minus 1 upon 3 root x whole raised to the power 12. Right? Now solving this, 18c12 will be 18 factorial upon 12 factorial into 6 factorial. Writing this separately, 9 raised to the power 6 into x raised to the power 6. Also now minus 1 raised to the power 12 is 1. And separating for this also the power of 12. So this will become 3 raised to the power 12 into root x raised to the power 12. So writing this as now, because here in the denominator it is 12 factorial. 18 is larger than 12, right? So 18 factorial, we will write 18 factorial as 18 into 17 into 16, 15, 14, 13 into, because we have 12 factorial. So we will just write now 12 factorial. So that 12 factorial gets cancelled. Also writing the 6 factorial, 6 into 5 into 4 into 3 into 2 into 1. This is same 9 raised to the power 6, x raised to the power 6. Now say this 3 raised to the power 12. We can write it as 3 square raised to the power 6, and 3 square is 9. So writing this as 9 raised to the power 6. Also root x is x raised to the power 1 by 2 whole raised to the power 12. So it will be equal to x raised to the power 6. So cancel this, right? Now when you will solve this part, the answer will be this, right?